I'm Chief Warrant Officer 4 Vic Pinion, U.S. Navy retired, telling some stories from my naval career. This one is concerning a long, hard operations caracoling on an aircraft carrier on the USS Ranger. I was the B-2 Division Lead Chief, Maintenance Chief. We had been caracoling, launched and landed airplanes for like 36 straight hours. And this story has to do with a man overboard situation. We had gotten an A6 aircraft hung up in Cat 3 and trying to hook him up with an old Mark 1 nose gear launch equipment, and he got his nose gear sideways, and we had to struggle to get him out. And he came up high on power and to get out of there, and he turned around with his engines pretty high and blew stuff around with his exhaust and injured some people, blew equipment around on the flight deck. And it was after dark. It was like about 8:30 p.m. or so, somewhere around there. But Cat 3's Cat Captain, ABE-1 Bobby Greer, fine man, hard worker, good sailor. The kind you can use the whole crew up. Good man. But the waste cats, we had to run their shuttles forward. We had to retract them for recoveries. We weren't caracoling. We were doing cyclo ops. And we'd been going for like 36 hours though. And one of Greer's duties was to, after the recovery was complete, to run the waste cat shuttles home. Well, these are the last launch of the day. We're going to have 2 recoveries coming in, and then Greer's going to have to get up and run the shuttles home. Well, the recovery's complete, and the crew manned up the cat to run the shuttles home, and Greer's not there anywhere, and he needed to be there to give the signal to be in charge. So we started looking for Greer, and we couldn't find him anywhere. So then we remembered, man, a couple of hours ago, that A6 was racetracked on Cat 3, and it blew things around. Maybe it blew him over the side. So we notified the air boss, who notified the skipper and so forth, and the skipper come over to 1MC, and Petty Officer Greer, if you're aboard this ship, call me on the bridge at 222. And nothing. And so the captain sounded man overboard, and the ship went into his man overboard routine, and we did the muster and everything. Sure enough, Greer's missing. So they turned the ship around and went back to the location where we had been when that A6 was rotating. And had some other ships and some aircraft searching the seas with spotlights looking for Greer, and we went back to the spot where the ship had been, and they stopped the ship and manned the rails and had absolute silence about the deck, listening to see if maybe he may be in the water shouting or blowing a whistle or something. Nothing. So after a couple of hours of that and searching the ship thoroughly a couple of times, the captain came over to 1MC. We must go on and do our mission, and we'll leave a ship and some aircraft here searching for Petty Officer Greer. And he did a little eulogy on Greer on the 1MC, what a good man he was and all that stuff, and how we had to watch each other's back, and how we worked long hours and get tired and so forth. And okay, so well, the ship proceeding on, and we're secured from man overboard, and I'm sitting in the office feeling sorry, poor Greer, when he walked in my office. Man, I was looking at Greer, he goes, "Chief!" we're teasing each other, but he thinks I'm teasing, I'm not. I said, "Man, am I glad I'm not you. "Oh man, what you talking about?" Told him the story. He said, "Oh man, you jiving me? You jiving me?" "No, I'm not jiving you, Greer. I'm telling you the truth." "Where were you?" "Well, I was sleeping under the nose toe box in the catwalk." "Well, that's a good hidey hole. We couldn't find it dark under there. We were sleeping under there so we could get a breeze, you know, because it's hot." I picked up my phone and I called our boss. "Boss," he said, "Yeah, Chief." I guess Petty Officer Greer just walked into my office. He did the same. "What? Get him up here now." "Let's go, Greer." I said, "You better grab your buns in both hands because you go get it." We went up there, boss, and boss said, "Where the hell were you?" And we were, "Well, I was sleeping under a nose toe box, you know, in the port catwalk." "Well, you're not supposed to be in a port catwalk when we land an airplane." You know. Boss called the captains. "I have Petty Officer Greer here." "What? Get him up here on the bridge right now." Oh, and the boss told him, "Chief, I got it." So he dismissed me. I didn't get to go up to the bridge. Well, same kind of scene happened, and the captain come over to window and see again. "Evening, men, this is the captain. I have some superb news, great news. Petty Officer Greer is alive and well, and he's standing here and on the bridge with me right now." And he goes on and on about how we need to watch each other's back and stuff. Okay. Greer, if you're watching this, shipmate, love you to pieces. I had to tell this story. You're a legend.